Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Getting Started webinar for the 12 Days of Detox. My name is Brian Rose. I'm down in Jacksonville, Florida, and I am so excited for you and for what you're going to experience over the next 12 days. This is going to be an amazing thing for you guys in the midst of the holidays. I know personally I am ready for some really intense health. Personally, I know we had an awesome week with Thanksgiving and here in the States and spending lots of time with family, and the holidays are coming up, and you have chosen to take 12 days to really focus on your own health and on detoxifying your body so you look better, you feel better, and you just know you're making the right decisions. I'd like to introduce a few very special speakers tonight, and we're going to jump right in with this Getting Started webinar because I know that you are ready to learn what this is all about and to really jump in with both feet. So our first guest tonight is Jamie Kinsey. Hey, Jamie.
Hey!
Jamie's in Washington, Missouri, and she's super. She's a mom. How many kids, Jamie? 3, right?
I have 3, yep.
3 kids, awesome husband, and Jamie is a certified occupational therapist and a collegiate athlete, and also she is a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company as well, which is the company that's hosting and really sponsoring this detox. I'd also like to introduce you to Dr. Valerie Miles.
Hey,
Hi, Val.
everybody.
Dr. Valerie Miles is a wonderful pediatrician here in Jacksonville, Florida. She's actually our family's pediatrician, so we're like super lucky that that all worked out. And Valerie is also an amazing friend and also a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company. So Valerie, thank you for joining us. You have some awesome perspective from a medical standpoint on this detoxification. And I'd also like to introduce Tammy Thrasher. And Tammy is in Rochester, New York, and Tammy is interpreting for our deaf and our hearing impaired friends. So Tammy, thank you for serving tonight. You guys, let's jump in. And Jamie, I'd like to ask you to start us off tonight. Would you tell us why this detox is so important? Why is it just a good idea to jump into the holidays with 12 days of a nice detox cleanse?
Absolutely. Well, we know that we are going to be surrounded by lots of family and friends and just lots of maybe not so healthy foods. But I think that one of the things I love about doing this detox is that it is going to help me to be a little bit more mindful this holiday season of what I'm bringing when I go to those events, to be a little bit more on the healthful side. And of course, I'm not going to be a purist, right? But starting these habits now is going to help get me on a lot better track when the actual holidays hit and give me some real strategies for the new year. So first and foremost, it's for a reset. We just had Thanksgiving. I know my sisters all got together and we baked Christmas cookies, and I indulged in that. And so I need a reset for myself. And the other thing is the community. Like, it's really great for all of us to be able to put this together and provide it for all of you, because doing things in a community is just so much more powerful than doing it alone. And so you have a safe place with a lot of support here if you choose to participate in the 12 days of detox. And so the reset in the community, and then just being able to have these skills to start off the new year really strong is a great reason to do this detox.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Jamie. That makes a lot of sense. And I think that a lot of people can really relate to just having a really good time over the holidays. I mean, I'm planning on enjoying the food of the seasons and being with my family and friends, but I know like that reset right in the middle is very powerful. And I know personally I'm going to feel better in a few weeks because of the decisions I'm going to make over the next 12 days.
That's right.
Yeah. So guys, let's just look at real closely what exactly is involved with the 12 days of detox. I mentioned before that the Juice Plus company is sponsoring this detox, this 12 days of detox, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about why the Juice Plus company is invested in this and what we have that will really help you with the cleanse. We'll go into the details in just a moment, but let me tell you about Juice Plus. Juice Plus is fruits, vegetables, and berries in capsule form and also in a shake mix that you can eat. And I have found that anytime I intensify my nutrition with a lot of fruit and vegetable nutrition, there's like a natural detoxification that happens. Now, personally, and a lot of people who are participating in this, we take Juice Plus and we drink the complete shakes on a regular basis. But during this detox cleanse, it's important to realize that they are a key component to flooding your body with the nutrients that will allow your body to detoxify and then to be rebuilt with the correct nutrients that come only from plant sources. So let me show you a quick picture. I'm going to share my screen here of exactly what is in Juice Plus. And I'm going to show it right now. Okay. So I think you guys can see this right now, this image. Give me a thumbs up if you can see it. Yeah? Okay, perfect. All right, great. So in the middle here, you see the Juice Plus capsules, the red, green, and purple. That's the fruit, the vegetable, and the vineyard blend. It's called Orchard, Garden, and Vineyard. And on the bottom, we have the Dutch chocolate and the French vanilla complete shakes, which are vegan, gluten-free, just amazing, wonderful varieties of fruits and vegetables that are inside of that complete mix. And if you look on the sides, all of those fruits, vegetables, berries, healthy grains, they're all represented and are nutritionally present inside the Juice Plus and the Juice Plus Complete. And so when you put them together, you guys, it's incredible. Each and every day you can be flooding your body with that nutrition. So with that said, that's a really, really big part of this detox, is getting that foundation of nutrition. And hi, Michelle, I see you just joined us.
Hi, I'm sorry, you made it.
It's all right. Yay, you're here. You guys, Michelle is up in Alberta, correct?
Yep.
Yes, Alberta, Canada, a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company. Welcome, Michelle. We just started, so you're totally fine.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Michelle, we were just talking about why Juice Plus and the complete shakes are a great part of the detox. Is there anything you'd like to add? What's from your experience? Why is that important?
Okay, I would love to add, I'm a science geek, so I like to talk about this topic a lot. And what happens when we take Juice Plus into our body is that it adds so many high-level phytonutrients and antioxidants. And over the years of our life, and Dr. Miles would be able to amen this a lot better than me, but we lock toxins away from our diet and our environment and all the various things that we do to our body over the years, and those toxins get locked away in the cells. And so when we start flooding our body with 30 raw fruits and vegetables from the trio capsules, and then add to that all the 14 others that you find in the complete, you then create an imbalance. The fluid outside the cell, the extracellular fluid, is so rich in nutrients, and then the cell is more toxic, and it doesn't like to stay in that imbalanced environment. So what happens is those toxins then decide to leave the cell, and they want to create a balanced concentration both inside and outside the cell. So having that high level raw food, phytonutrient, antioxidant concentration in your blood is huge for detox and cleansing permanently, and helping us really shift our weight loss, because when our cells are toxic, the body has this really cool way to protect itself, and that is putting fat cells around the toxic cell. And so if we remove the toxins from the inside of that cell, our body no longer has the desire to hold on to the fat because it doesn't need to protect itself. So really important to get that much high quality nutrition.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And Michelle, I can tell you used to be a science teacher, right?
Yes.
It's coming out. It's perfect. That's awesome. Thank you. Let's jump over to Dr. Valerie Miles. Dr. Miles, a few people had some questions about the detox, and I'd love to have your perspective on some of those questions that we shot your way before we started.
Well, one of those questions, and thank you, I'm glad to be here to kind of advise. We really don't need me. I think Michelle's doing great. But one of the questions is the benefits. And when you think about that scientific process, one of the things that I think happens, especially for healthcare providers, is that we hear the word detox or the word cleanse and we worry, because there are some really unhealthy ways to do that. And as you can imagine, if you're really intensely detoxing or intensely cleansing, some of these programs have herbs and all kinds of things that are actually harsh to the body, then there can be an extreme, it's a spectrum, and there can be an extreme unloading of toxins from those cells, which would not feel good or be healthy. So what I want everyone to understand is that this 12 days of detox program is a very, very healthy way to quote-unquote detox. I actually like the longer term of detoxing your diet better than detoxing your body, because what we're doing is just adding in more healthy whole foods and taking out things that are unhealthy and are sort of sludge for the body and slow things down. So what you will experience is, you won't experience if you've ever done a cleanse before, a negative effect, a sick feeling or a flu-like feeling like many detox programs have. You should not feel that. And B, you will begin to feel after a few days very light and clear-headed. Most people will experience this. So it actually makes you feel really good, which is great, because then it's a beginning of a sort of cycle of a catalyst for change for you, and you can continue that. So those are the two things. I would advise that if anybody feels bad, that something's not right and they need to stop and consult their doc. Also, if you're on any medication that you've been advised not to take certain things or eat a certain way with that medication, then you definitely need the advice of your healthcare provider. The other question that came up was, is this safe in pregnancy and nursing? And the answer is absolutely yes. I've created a document that's going to go into the files in the Facebook group that you can refer to, and certainly share with your healthcare provider. The graphic that Brian showed is a great one to share, because that's all that's in Juice Plus is whole foods. That's all that's in the Complete Shake is whole foods. These have nutrition labels and are very safe. So, but if you are having a difficult time with pregnancy or a difficult time with nursing in the sense of you're having to take medications, then definitely we want you to get your advice of your doctor. So one of the things that I want to also address and kind of crosses over with pregnancy and nursing is the cranberry detox beverage that is a key part of this daily program. And that I've itemized in that pregnancy and nursing handout. Anyone can look at that, and you can kind of see the itemizing of some bullet points about that. Basically, all three of those items that are in the beverage, cranberry juice, lemon juice, and apple cider vinegar, are all extremely healthy for our diet. It kind of puts us, as the whole foods do, into a more alkaline state, which is really healthy for the body. Again, if you have had any digestive issues, or you may have some liver problem, getting advice from a healthcare professional, which may be your doctor or maybe me, that's fine. You can post some questions, that would be fine, before you do it. And you really want to use your own healthcare provider who knows the most about your unique situation. But in general, for healthy people, this is the best thing that you can do for your body. It's a real gift, including healthy pregnancy and nursing. So I think I've hit all the points there, Brian. Did I? Oh, we can't hear you, Brian. Sorry.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
I was
that's
muted.
all right.
Sorry. Guys, thank you so much. And I'm just realizing that a lot of people aren't able to see the presentation. So if you're not, we really apologize. We'll make sure you get the link to this sent out to you ASAP. Let's jump down to, Jamie, can you give us some tips, some hints for being successful with the detox?
There are two things that I find really helpful. And first and foremost is downloading the MyFitnessPal app. It just helps hold me accountable. It becomes like a fun game, at least it has. And what I use that really for, this challenge really isn't about a calorie in, calorie out challenge, you guys, and that you'll be prompted to do that on MyFitnessPal. And again, it's a free app that you can get on your smartphone. I believe you can get it on their website as well and keep track. You can use a barcode scanner on there, and it will tell you before you choose to accept that food to actually put it in your mouth how much sugar is in that product. Because in this challenge, we try to limit our sugar to 30 grams or less, and that's not including the complete shake mix. And so when you use MyFitnessPal, you get that option to see how much food or sugar is really in what I'm about to put in my mouth. And so it helps to really hold me accountable to what I'm eating. So back to, it's not really a calorie in, calorie out. It's really about the quality of the calorie that you're putting in your body. And for this challenge, we're really whole food focused. And so I'm excited for you guys to use it because it's been a huge, it's been able to give me huge results when I've used it. And there's a community involved there that you can plug into with your friends as well. So that's my number one tip, is to download the MyFitnessPal app. My second tip is that if you find that you're getting hungry, right, and you start to wonder or crave, increase your protein. We have our complete shake mix. There are new complete bars that are available now. But then in addition to that, you may want to go to, some jerky, some grass-fed, lean meat jerky, or just eating more chicken or more turkey or more fish, beef, whatever it is that you tend to go towards. Eggs. Eggs are really easy on the go. You can hard boil them. You can make little quiches. There's so many tips and tricks that we're going to give you in this Facebook group over these next 12 days. But increase your protein, because it takes more calories for your body to break down and burn that protein, so you stay fuller longer. And that's a huge help during this challenge. So eat more protein and use MyFitnessPal app.
Awesome. Thank you. And, I have a question. Michelle, maybe you can answer this. If I decide to use 2 complete shakes a day, all right, when would be an ideal time for me to use those? I know that in the past you've given some recommendations that have worked really well for people who you've been working with.
Yeah, so it has to be what's going to fit in your life. So if you have a beautiful family dinner every night and you want to still maintain having that family dinner, then absolutely please honor that. But if you're looking for the fastest results and you really do want to see a big shift in 12 days, then my recommendation would be make sure you use the meal replacements for breakfast and supper, and then have a nice, big, beautiful, high protein, satisfying lunch, something warm if you can. And again, I know that with work and that's not always possible, but that would be the most ideal, only simply because in the evening our metabolism is starting to gear down. And if you watch how children eat, they actually eat very little at supper because their bodies are ready for going to bed. And so it's really important for us to follow that when we want to see good results as well. So you're eating more often, and then you stop eating around 6 or 7 at night, and then transition just to like water at that point. Mm-hmm. So again, those are just guidelines, but that's what when I see the best results in my clients, it's those who are replacing breakfast and supper.
Okay, awesome. And Michelle, I saw this really cool video you made one time where you were showing how to turn like a regular smoothie into like a super smoothie, and you put all this stuff in it it was so interesting. Can you tell us a little bit about how you make your smoothies?
Yeah, for sure. So I like to, well, you can have the smoothies any way, right? Like, just to say before I tell you my favorite way to do it and add the superfoods is our shakes are really good even with just water. So if you're in a pinch and you really need to get that second shake in and you don't have the time to blend, you can by all means mix with water or almond milk and keep it simple, and it will still be quite filling. But what I like to do, especially when you're replacing a meal, you want to really kind of put some meat on the bones of that shake. So you're going to add something like chia seeds or hemp hearts, which are a natural fat, but they're also very high in omega-3. So each having their own benefits. I like to add a teaspoon of each of those to my shake. You're also going to want to make sure that you have a natural fat of some kind. Again, chia seeds and hemp hearts are both a natural fat. If you don't have those, you could use avocado, or you could even use coconut oil. And natural fats help balance out the nutritional content of these shakes. And then once they're balanced, it's really surprising how long they'll stay with you. I also like adding anything I can possible. I add kale. You want to be adding spinach if you can, because our shakes are so good. I mean, the French vanilla, which tastes like white cake, or Dutch chocolate, which tastes like chocolate milk. You can literally get away with putting anything in there, and it kind of skips the step of chewing. And another really cool thing that I learned about Juice Plus and our complete and having a smoothie is that we have to chew a bite of food up to 30 times to properly break down the cell wall and release the phytonutrients. So a blended smoothie is a beautiful shortcut to grinding up those plants so that every one of those phytonutrients can spill out of the cell wall. So it's kind of like a cheater way of getting more nutrition from the food that you normally eat without having to chew for each bite 30 times. But definitely make sure that the fruit you're adding is keeping in that low glycemic index. You don't want to have really, really high carbohydrate fruit going in all the time. It's okay once in a while, but if you're looking for results as far as body size, then my recommendation is to go buy a mixed 4-berry blend, or you can do blueberries or raspberries. You can do them individually too, but dark berries are very low in sugar, and they still give you that really rich taste of fruit without overloading the carbohydrates in your shake. Because I'll have a lot of clients say, you know, I'm not able to lose weight. I've been doing 2 shakes a day. And when we talk about what's going into their smoothie, we find out that they're putting a little bit of honey in there. They're also putting a banana, pineapple, mango. So the shake is actually, even though it's just fruit, it's still very high carbohydrate, and they're doing that twice a day. So their sugar intake is way too high for the day. So my recommendation is skip the banana, or if you have to put it in there, put a quarter of a banana, and go to the dark berries. And just keep the sugar content of your shake as low as possible, because our powder is so delicious and beautifully sweetened anyways, so you're not going to need to add a lot more of that. So those are my tips and tricks for superfood smoothies.
Oh, that's great. And you know, one of the things I just discovered a week or so ago is I put about maybe half or to a quarter of an avocado in my smoothie, and when I blend it up, it's so creamy. And it doesn't change the taste. It's amazing. You can put these things in it, and it doesn't alter the taste at all. If anything, it just makes it better.
Avocados are such good at natural fat as well, and they've got a multitude of phytonutrients that we're not getting in our shakes, so it's a really good thing to add. And if you have a lot of avocados, you guys probably know avocados go ripe all on the same minute of the same day, and all of a sudden you've got all these ripe avocados that weren't ready all week. So what I like to do is open them up and, like you said, cut them into quarters and put them on a cookie sheet in the freezer. And then once they're frozen, you put them into a Ziploc bag, and you can add that frozen to your smoothie. And it's a really good shortcut, and then you don't have to waste your avocados.
Oh, that's a great idea. Thank you. I'd like to ask Dr. Miles, could you make one more comment? I know there's something else you wanted to add.
Yes, thank you, Brian. This discussion about protein and fat is really important, and I wanted to make sure that I'm clear with pregnancy and nursing, or anybody who tends towards a lower blood sugar and tends to get hypoglycemic, anybody that really loves that feeling, keeping their blood sugar stable. It needs to take and particularly for pregnant and nursing women, the detox drink that we usually say drink in the morning, which is when I like to do that. It needs to be followed directly by a meal that has protein and fat in it. And Michelle just described this beautiful smoothie with protein and fat, and that would be a great selection to do right after. But you need to kind of pair those together so that your blood sugar will stay stable, and it will smooth out any potential imbalances in the electrolytes and that sort of thing. So thank you for that moment to have that. Yeah.
Perfect. Great. That's great advice. Thank you so much. I want to just see, Michelle or Jamie, do you guys have anything else that you would like to add here before we close up for the evening? No, we good?
I've got one of the things that I need to do whenever I'm doing any of these detox or cleanses, I love, first of all, that we're doing this for only 12 days, because that's such an easy time frame to wrap our mind around, rather than having to think, oh, for 60 days I have to behave myself. So this timeline is just like a perfect thing for all of us. And the other thing is, I would recommend that you eat before you get hungry, because it's so much easier to make better choices. Even put a timer on your phone that says feed yourself, because then you'll walk over, grab a boiled egg or something that's good high protein before you're hungry. That feels very satisfying, whereas when you get starving, that's when we go in and eat in the pantry, because it doesn't count in there, and you take all the chips and you eat those things that are going to satiate that over hunger. So just my biggest tip is eat before you get hungry.
And then lastly, my tip would be I know we have this awesome community, but maybe share it with a friend, because everything is so much better with a buddy, and especially if you have somebody who's a little bit more live and in person with you to be able to do it, I think you're just going to be that much more successful.
Boy, that's the truth, isn't it? You get a friend doing it with you, and you support each other. And I think that the Facebook group is so cool. I mean, there's over, I don't even know how many, almost 3,000 people in there, if not more at this point. And on that Facebook group, it will be really fun to stay connected with each other and to share what's really working well for you, what successes you've seen, what questions you might have. And also, Michelle, I know you have some surprises that are going to be going up. Do you want to give a little sneak preview for people what they can expect in that Facebook group?
You bet. So I'm really excited because, well, thanks to you, Brian, for sending me some of the great content that we've got. This will be a little bit of a sneak peek into some of our favorite HLR recipes, which we're really excited about. So starting tomorrow, I'm starting on November 30th so that you can prepare for the first day of the cleanse. You will be getting a daily post, which includes a smoothie of the day and a recipe of the day. So if you're doing 2 smoothies a day, then the recipe of the day is just a suggested option for your full meal. And I'm excited to put those up every day for you, and they'll be numbered so you can go back. I'm also going to post them into a photo album so everything stays together. So if you click on photos, you'll be able to see all 12 days in there if you get behind or whatnot.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. Now listen, I just realized I never showed you probably the most important image of the whole event. So let me put up a big picture here. Hold on, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so give me a thumbs up if you can see it. Yes? Okay. This is so important, and I probably should have put it up at the very beginning, but I'll post this in the Facebook group as well. Here are the guidelines, everybody. 10 important guidelines to follow. Number 1, take your Juice Plus every day. Orchard, Garden, Vineyard. Get all 3 of them in your body. Number 2, drink that cranberry detox beverage first thing in the morning, and there's the recipe for it. You can use more or less water depending on what you're comfortable with. Some people like to just have, sort of get the juice down and then follow it with a full glass of water. You can mix it all together if you'd like, but it's really delicious. It's very tart and a little sour, but I love this drink. I crave it when I wake up in the morning. Personally, I like to have the water a little bit warm. It just helps me drink it better. Number 3, eat only real foods. That's fruits, vegetables, lean organic proteins, seeds, and nuts. Stay away from processed foods, anything that comes in a box. Let's eat only real food for the next 12 days. Above and beyond that, drink 1 to 2 Juice Plus complete shakes a day. It's up to you. You can do 1 or you can do 2 if you prefer. No dairy, no gluten. And those 2 are like what I consider the secret weapon. If you can cut out dairy, okay, skip the half and half or whatever. Find a good replacement. Gluten, go for gluten-free options. Keep it just as close to fruits and vegetables, lean protein, seeds, and nuts as possible, and you'll avoid most of that gluten. Limit your sugar to less than 30 grams a day, and the MyFitnessPal app is really good for that. Jamie was speaking to that earlier. But don't include the sugar from the complete shakes. That sugar, it's different. It's so natural. It's low glycemic, so it just steadily goes into your bloodstream very smoothly throughout the day. But above and beyond that, limit all other sugars to less than 30 grams. Drink 1/2 to 1 gallon of water every day, and even if you want to go a little bit above and beyond that, that would be fine. Move your body at least 30 minutes a day, every day during these 12 days, okay? No time off. Move your body every day, and that could even be just going for a walk after dinner. It doesn't need to be a huge, strenuous workout. And number 10, very important, is sleep a minimum of 7 hours every night. And 8 hours is actually ideal, but plan on 7 every single night. So those are the guidelines to follow. We will get those posted in the Facebook group so you can save those and print them off, put them on your refrigerator or whatever. All right, you guys, this has been an awesome Getting Started webinar. Thank you for joining us. We begin on December 1st in just a couple of days, and can't wait to hear all the great successes that happen. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.